Hey yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's Rep Do Say Repeat Potential. So I was asked the other day by this producer from South Africa. His name was Maanda, and he wanted to know the way I set up my plugins, my different dynamics that I use on my mixes. So I decided to share that with him, and I got my Cubase session here. And this is the song that I did back few days. I have my album that is out now. It's called Back to the Roots, and this is one of the songs that's featured there. And I just want to share the way I use my dynamics on this type of mixing. This is hip hop, and really the way I show it is not the wrong way, it's not the right way either. It's just whatever works for you, that's what you have to use. And well, Manda, you asked me how I use my dynamics, the way I place them. Well, normally, as you can see, I usually have my beat over here, and before even putting my beat there, before creating a stereo channel for my beat and other mono channel for my vocals, I usually create four main groups. When I go to my mixer here, as you can see in my mixer, there's four group channels that I created, four main group channels, which are here. The first one, I call it main voc. This is where I put my main vocals. And the second one, I call it backup. This is where I put my backups on the verses. And the third one is for the chorus. Whenever the chorus comes in, this is the group for the chorus, and this is for the effect, maybe for the outro and intro. That's what I use this effect. Before I start showing the dynamics, let me just play for you a bit what I recorded. Just hear a bit the song and get an idea what I got. So
I got enemies looking for me, searching for me. They really wanna find me, kill me, get rid of me. I gotta be steady, I gotta be steady. Whatever I do, I gotta be ready. Give me the mic, yeah, time to kick. Never will I stop, just let me attack. I'm so damn fly, I'm so damn fly. Whenever I spit, I blow up.
yeah, so that's me there on that track. It's called the song called Enemies. If you want to get my album, just let me know. Anyway, so okay, so with the main with these this is the main vocal, and these are the backups for it, for my verses. So this channel here on my mixer is right here. Sorry, it's right here. This is the main vocal, which I routed to from the main vocals, the main groups that I mentioned earlier. I routed it to my main voc channel. So I want to go back to the main groups. The first main group voc that I added, it has first I started with an equalizer. As you can see, I cutted all my my lows, because usually in hip hop you tend to shout a lot, and usually the voice is really heavy. So I tend to cut a little bit the lows, but I didn't touch anything from 125 to 500 hertz. I didn't touch anything, because once you boost these areas here, your mix tends to be really muddy most of the time. That's why I didn't touch this area here. I only boosted some of the highs from 2K to 800K. That's what I boosted a little bit to get the most clear sound out of it. That's what worked for me over here. It depends on your setup, but for me it worked. And then I added a compressor. The compressor just took down the threshold by 60 dB down, and the rest it just compressed it out automatically. I didn't like this type of a compressor. You don't really need to mess around with the attack. You can mess around with it, but it was just fine the way it was for me. As you can see, the attack was by 2, and the ratio was 1.0. The threshold, I reduced it by 60. Actually, it's not 60, it's 59.2. And Other thing I put it was the gate. I put it the threshold down from by 60 dB, and to take out all the noise and all the bad noise that I don't need on my mix. And I added a de-esser. See, on the de-esser, I just reduced the threshold by 19.9 dB to get the S's out. All the I just took them out, all the S's out, and it worked fine for me. And then I added a chorus. Now this chorus usually is for singers. When they sing, when you add this chorus, this effect, this dynamic called chorus, the voice becomes so smooth. But because in this song I'm not singing, I'm rapping, I just added the mix by 5%. And then at the end of my dynamics, I added a stereo enhancer, which I added the width by 200 and the color by 100, and delay I left it by 10. I want to mention something here. You see on the chorus here, I added just 5. The mix is just 5. It's because it's used by singers, as I said before. But on my chorus, I added the chorus by 5 also, because I'm also rapping. But if I was singing, I would have added the chorus by 30. Not to confuse you so much. These are all others. All these other dynamics are the same thing as I showed you earlier from the main vocal. The chorus and the main vocal, they're all the same thing. I added the same dynamics. The only difference just on the chorus. Sometimes I like to change it when I'm singing. And once I'm done, I listen to it and I get a good mix. I feel I have a good mix. Masinda, you ask how do I master it? I'll go to the last channel, to my stereo output mix. That's where I go, and I added a plugin from Waves called Maserati. This is meant to master your track. I just simply go and click master. Usually it's by default, it's not there. You just click master and you listen to it. You press play. If you're not satisfied, you can boost the sensitivity a bit or a bit lower. Depends on how loud you want it to be. You can play with the highs, lows, mids. This is also a compressor to compress the whole track, because when you put this, it acts like a limiter. It brings everything up, all the things that were up, that were down, it brings them up. That's how it acts upon it. So I like to put usually the sensitivity up a bit, boost up the mids a little bit. That's how I do it. I don't touch it as much. And then pretty much that's it. That's what I do for my mastering. I mean, there's all different ways you can do your mastering. Some people use limiters and everything, but for me, really, that's how it works for me, Masinda. If you have any questions, if you have any further question on how equalizer works and compressions and things like that, just let me know in the comment below. If you like this video, please subscribe and share to others. I mean, I know these things when you first beginning, or maybe you're on the way to want to become better at it, things that become really frustrating. How many times you went on YouTube and you ask for a certain video, you're looking for a certain video, but people don't go straight to the point. They start talking first and they do not show you exactly what you need. But just comment what you really need. I will just go straight to the point of what you need. Last time we spoke on Facebook, that's what you told me. You wanted to see my VST, and this is how I display them. You have to have 4 groups, and this is how they are. If there are any further questions, Masinda, let me know. I'll make more videos for you. And yeah, thanks for watching.